We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection.
Hey buddies, and welcome back to the channel. So as y'all just saw on the little intro, we're going to be just watching some of my favorite content creators react and also dissect and break down the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime performance. A lot of people thought that it was boring, it wasn't entertaining, but even during the beef with Drake, Kendrick made it a point to say, like, you make music that pacify him, I make music to electrify him, meaning he's not just trying to entertain people, he's trying to educate people, spread awareness, whatever you may call it. So without further ado, let's get into these Instagram reactions, and I'll come back in and out to add my thoughts and commentary.
Remember late nights cruising and wasn't nothing to it. Flicking up the shit, we about to make a move.
It's your Uncle Sam, and this is the Great American Game.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto.
It's been that day for me. So long.
Scorekeeper, deduct one life.
Out. Slow.
That's what America wants. Nice and calm. You're almost there. Don't mess this.
Oh no.
It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the flow.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music. Turn this TV off. Turn this.
I really liked that he had Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam, or Uncle Tom, if you get it. But let's get into some more of the breakdowns, and then I'll come back towards the end and give y'all my thoughts on everything.
Were y'all expecting Kendrick to be flying from the ceiling by his chaps? He's not Beyonce. He's a messenger, a lyricist. Honestly, you're going to have to watch that halftime show 3 more times to understand everything and see the Easter eggs. Y'all really don't be hearing people. Y'all just want to dance. You don't get it unless somebody's gyrating and entertaining you. You got to pay attention to the message. As much as we are going through right now, if you're expecting somebody to just entertain you and serve you with something in order for you to get it, you're going to miss it. You need to learn how to digest information. The majority of the people who didn't enjoy Kendrick's performance are people who need to see glitter. They're not understanding what's really going on. Somebody has to entertain them first in order for them to get it. And that's scary. A 3-year-old is who you have to entertain in order to get a message or teach something to. You 45 years old. You don't have to have all the glitz and the glamour and the lights and the glitter to get the message. You're missing it. Were y'all expecting Kendrick to be flying?
I totally agree with her. Like, the Black people that were complaining about it were really irritating me, because it's just like, do y'all not see what is going on right now? And I'm about to start my segment, What the F is Going On? That's coming soon. And we'll talk about like current events and stuff like that. Actually might be my first episode on Friday. Yep, stamp that. What the fuck is going on? Dad, excuse my language. It's gonna be a weekly show coming Friday. I'm gonna go live so y'all can give me y'all's comments and opinions too. But it's just like, what did y'all expect? And then the white people that were so irritated by it, I love that. The fact that Donald Trump was there and had to sit there and watch that blackity black ass shit during Black History Month. Chef's kiss. So let's get into some more commentary.
A performance, and so many people are missing it by saying worst performance in Super Bowl history, when it was so much more than that. The symbolism. He literally said, this is bigger than music. Like, are y'all missing it? Are y'all missing the point here? Uncle Sam being Samuel L. Jackson, telling everyone to stay in line, and that's what they want. And all the other iconic cameos, which describe minority struggles with being seen as too abrasive whenever they're just fighting for their freaking rights. Kendrick saying, the revolution about to be televised, you picked the right guy at the wrong time, which is a nod to Gil Scott-Heron, who said the revolution won't be televised. The people standing in a formation of the American flag, which was split in half during Humble. Like, how are y'all missing it? And then the lights in the crowd lighting up to say, warning, wrong way, with the American flag beside it, which just symbolizes America going backwards. Like, come on. Not to mention the smirk when he said, "Hey, Drake," and his necklace being the music note A minor. I know I'm not the right messenger for this, but honestly, it was just pure art. The amount of time that he had to put this together in is insane, and he absolutely killed it.
Girl, you ain't the wrong messenger, Becky Ann. We love to hear it. I love that not just Black people love the show. It's really not about race at this point anymore. It's deeper than that. It's like what Cat Williams said. It's God's side and the other side. So let's get into another reaction.
Here, Uncle Sam.
I'm seeing a lot of videos showing how bored Kendrick had the audience at the Super Bowl halftime show. They were on their phones. They were not dancing. They were not moving. They did not care. And I'm not surprised. Are you surprised that an audience full of rich white people who can afford to go to a football game that costs $8,000 at minimum per ticket didn't care about a Black man rapping about racial inequality, the wealth gap, and discrimination while having free Sudan and free Palestine flags waving? Come on, wake up. He wasn't performing for them. It was for us at home. They would have been moving if it was Snoop Dogg and Nelly rapping about absolutely nothing at the inauguration.
Snoop and Nelly was definitely up there shucking and jiving. And I agree with Director Daddy 120 million%, because that performance was not for the people there. That was, if anything, for the players, but more so for the people at home, the people who, even if they had $8,000, couldn't and wouldn't spend it on no damn Super Bowl tickets.
I'ma just go on and say it because it needs to be said. White people, nobody fucking asked you. I didn't understand the word he was saying. When the fuck did y'all create prejudice earwax? When did y'all ears start picking up racism? We had to sit through Shania Twain, Paul McCartney, U2, Blues Brothers, The Who. I don't even know who the fuck The Who is. Every year y'all complaining about who performing at the Super Bowl. This is not what Will Smith's internet is for. Tonight, before you go to sleep, Google, how do I shut the fuck up? And then follow the steps one by one when you wake. I'ma just go.
Okay, so that was Richie Fontaine. Y'all go follow him. He's another creator out of Dallas. And I was already prepared for that. I knew when they announced that Kendrick was doing the Super Bowl that he was going to give more than just an entertaining little performance. I knew he was going to do the most, show out. So let's get into some more reactions, and then we'll get to some people breaking down the symbolism in the video as well.
There's some people that say last night's halftime performance was the worst they've ever seen. Some people say it's the best they've ever seen. But one thing last night's performance should have showed you was you can't pick a fight with just anybody. Some people are petty, and Kendrick Lamar is. I thought it was a great halftime performance. The only thing that bothered me was they cut the floor pan out of a Grand National. But I'm a car guy, so the kids loved it. Here you go.
You better never go to sell black one. To any that talk to me in love.
Revolution will not be televised, meaning that real social change won't be covered by the media, and it won't come from watching TV and waiting for it. This phrase has been used in protest from Black Lives Matter to Arab Spring, most recently referred to in Kendrick's Super Bowl performance. But where did that absolute bar come from? The Revolution Will Not Be Televised is a poem turned song by Gil Scott-Heron in the 1970s. Gil was a college student at the time in Lincoln University, a particularly wild time to be a college student because of two things that happened. In May 1970, National Guard shot and killed 4 students during a peaceful rally against the Vietnam War. These you may know as the Kent State shooting. Later, police shot and killed 2 Black students at Jackson State University. Now, Jackson State happened just 11 days after Kent State. While Kent State got national attention, Jackson State didn't, and police officers faced no charges. Now, in 1970, the civil rights movement was effectively over. Black people could legally vote now, so there was a lot of sentiment of why are they still complaining? Well, racism, poverty, and police violence was worse than ever. The Black Power movement had people on the streets marching for equality while being met with state-sanctioned violence. On TV, President Nixon talks about maintaining law and order, while commercials sold their products. So Gil Scott-Heron gets inspired by watching a baseball game game with his friends and seeing all these commercials for shaving cream for Coca-Cola. And it's like, why is everyone pretending everything's okay when it's not? I'm talking to my friends. I'm going out on the street. It's not okay. He has the revelation that a true revolution won't be neatly packaged and presented on TV, and that companies will sell you everything except freedom. So he creates this song that's a spoken word poem over a sick jazz beat, and not only makes protest digestible, but also danceable, inadvertently paving the way for hip-hop as we know it today. I think this is the reason why the Kendrick and Drake beef is so important, because hip-hop is a genre that's rooted in revolution and sticking it to power. Some people embody that, while some people are just in it for the aesthetic. 55 years ago, Gil Scott-Heron said something that still rings true today, that the revolution happens when we take action, not when we watch. So turn the TV off.
Boogeyman, I'm the one that up the skull. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some hoe. Pull and start bully the fro. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You bet I ever go to sell Black One.
Drake might just need to be on 24-hour watch after that shenanigans. What's crazy is what Kung Fu Kenny made in one night doing it. Sharon said this video for another episode of the Pocket Watcher Chronicles. This gonna shock you. Now, February 9th to many in the United States may have been Super Bowl day, but considering the Chiefs O-line decided to okay human sacrifices in the form of their QB, we're just gonna recognize it as Kendrick Day instead, especially after this halftime performance. With a turn and a smile that emitted a level of petty most folks can only dream of obtaining. Made it cool to be a hater again. But whether you were sea-walking and not like us or screaming mustard to the top of your lungs, the bigger story is how much yelling A minor paid him at the Super Bowl. $0. $0 and 0 cents. That's right, as shocking as it may be to some, acts on the grand stage rarely get paid an appearance fee. However, the NFL does cover all costs associated with the show. However, there is a limit to how much the NFL will pay. The Weeknd's manager even told Billboard in 2021 that Saturday and Sunday had to throw in $7 million of his own dollars to make it happen how he wanted it. So while Kenny may not be paid in dollars and cents, that exposure finna go crazy. According to Forbes in 2023, Super Bowl performer Rihanna's digital album sales shot up 301%, and digital song numbers surged 390%. So it's safe to say Grammy Awards ain't the only thing Kung Fu Kenny gonna be sweeping away with at the end of the night. So if we do some scratch paper math, Not Like Us to date has about 1 billion streams. Hypothetically, let's times that by Rihanna's digital numbers of 390%. You're gonna get about 3,900,000,000 streams. Now, streaming on Spotify pays about 0.004 per stream. Times that by that big and you get potentially 15 M's for screaming A minor on national TV. One thing Kendrick has taught us is that sometimes a smile is worth 1,000 words and $15 million. Sharon say this video.
And that man didn't get paid for that show. He looked dead in the camera, knew when he was going to get sued, and said, "Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young." Didn't get paid for that. They don't get paid for Super Bowl halftime performances. A lot of people did get the message last night from Kendrick. However, a lot of people did not. 40 acres and a mule, this is bigger than the music. Do you know what 40 acres and a mule means? If not, you should look it up. He said the revolution will be televised. You picked the right time and the wrong guy. I'd follow that man off a cliff. And then the American flag split in half as you got Samuel L. Jackson over there acting as Uncle Sam. Maybe the artwork, everything about it. Wake up. And that man.
Just to correct her on one little thing, Kendrick's not being sued. The label is being sued. And I don't know if the NFL is going to come back and try to sue Kendrick for performing the song, because I'm not 100% sure, but I heard that allegedly they didn't want him to perform Not Like Us, but Kendrick being our petty god, he did it anyway.
You might have missed in Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl bonanza. The performance begins with Uncle Sam L. Jackson, an actor known for playing roles that represent the man. We see Kendrick set assembling the American flag, symbolizing that this very country was built by Black Americans. But think deeper. K-Dot did not spare the certified lawyer boy, Drizzy Drake. His chain was a lowercase a, or in other words, A minor. Serena Williams appeared to perform a local LA dance called the Crip Walk, a move she got in trouble for in her tennis career. But she is also Drake's ex-girlfriend. And where did she perform the dance? Right in the X. Now the whole stage was shaped like a PlayStation controller. But why? Well, think deeper. PlayStation is owned by Sony, the same company that owns Drake's label. You know they love to sue, indeed. See, this beef all started when Drake and J. Cole proclaimed they were the big three, and big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. Well, here we are. Kendrick's final full circle cheat code. Game over. Here are the East.
I love that everybody's like so deep with it, but here's some of the comments I thought were funny. They said, I heard before the soul coming out of that Grand National, I screamed when I saw Serena, scream louder when I saw SZA. I don't know why Drake really thought that SZA was going to diss him. Like, SZA and Kendrick have been on the same label for a really long time. And then I saw another person that said that the lights on the little PlayStation controller on the field lit up to do like the cheat code for Grand Theft Auto. I don't know. Let's see if I can find that.
I wish I could sit here and tell you that Kendrick is out here playing chess, because chess is checkers compared to what this man is doing to Drake at this point. So in case you missed the halftime show, Kendrick performed and had an X, circle, triangle, and square out there. That is a PlayStation controller. I literally looked at my wife and said, oh, it's a PlayStation controller. And then it started lighting up different ways. Do you know what he did? This man literally did the sequence: square X, circle, square, triangle, X, circle, square, nonsense, upside down, which for Grand Theft Auto is full health and armor. You can do what you want to me. I'm never dying and I'm never going away. Kendrick literally was like, that's a cute hoodie. You had a holes in it. Oh, you took the shots. I walked out of it. I was going, I'm unlimited. I am Thanos. And even the crowd at the end at the background said game over. Sir, it's been game over for months. Like, as soon as you dropped, not like us, it was over. I mean, 5 for 5 on the Grammys. Drake tried to call it haha kiki. You did that. I'm just saying, there's not one thing. There's not one thing this man can do to get back the credibility that he once had. Nothing. You can go do your Max Win tour. You'll make your money. You'll make hits, all that stuff. It does not matter. It is over for him. I wish I could sit here.
I agree with Buddy 1000%. I still like Drake. I think Drake has a great catalog of music, but after Kendrick breaks it down and then you really start going to pay attention to like how many of Drake's hits are like carbon copies of other songs that were already like proven to be hits. It's just, I don't know. It's just, they're just different. Kendrick is a real rapper and Drake is like an actor, an entertainer, if you will.
Oh, wait, everyone, quiet, shut up. Where is he? Where's my little mallard duck? There you are. You just couldn't refuse to watch me, could you? You know what else rhymes with duck? Don't worry, I don't keep shame. I know you're sitting there sipping on that yak, lurking in the darkness all alone. No, don't look at him, look at me. Yeah, I feel it. I'm in your head now, ain't I? You have a lot of questions in there, don't be shy. It's just you and me right now. Look, you've won. What more do you want from me? I never really wanted to win. I just wanted to see you lose. To dismantle everything you've built and trump anything you've used against me. I'm your project 2025. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV. Oh, thank God. I think this is a sign I really need to stop drinking.
That was funny. I told y'all in the video, I'll link the video at the end, that I felt like Kendrick was like the rap Baba Yaga, like the boogeyman from John Wick. So we'll watch a couple more reactions and then I'll give y'all my little final thoughts and we'll get out of here.
1,000 words. And the funniest thing about this is that if you have all the knowledge of the history leading up to this moment, but you haven't seen the performance, you already know what happened. You already know what could make him smile that broadly, that devilishly, that deliciously. This is a smile that says, I beat you at your game. I won a Pulitzer Prize in your game. And I just made enough money to never work again for the rest of my life, to say fuck you at my game, at a game. This is a smile that says, I'm about to get hundreds of millions of people to nail in your coffin for me. This is the smile of a guy who pulled off nonviolent revenge to such a degree that it's a little bit violent. Like, damn.
Man, if you missed Kendrick Lamar's halftime show at the Super Bowl, then you missed the history in hip hop. Let me break it down for you. The performance opens up with Samuel L. Jackson, known for his iconic roles and the band of black actors. The set exemplifies the American flag, representing the idea that America was built by black Americans. But wait, there's more. Kendrick didn't hold back on Drake either, critiquing him with his lowercase a chain, as in A as in minor. Serena Williams made her appearance performing the Crip Walk, reminiscent of the move that got her into trouble during one of her tennis matches. Serena is also Drake's ex-girlfriend, which she performed the dance on the X on the stage. The stage is designed to look like the PlayStation controller. After all, PlayStation is owned by Sony, the same company behind Drake's label. Remember when Drake filed a defamation lawsuit against UMG for K-Dot's Not Like Us diss track? Well, listen here.
I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue.
What song?
Yeah, that song. We come all the way from
This whole rival started when Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick. Drake referred to them as the Big Three. Well, they were considered the biggest names in the industry, symbolizing the highs of the Super Bowl. Kendrick dissed the Big Three, saying it's just Big Me, ending the Super Bowl performance with the words inscribed, "Game over." He killed.
I loved the performance. I thought it was a 10 out of 10. I'm definitely gonna watch it again because I didn't notice some of the stuff, like the lights in the crowd saying "game over" and "wrong way." Like, were those cell phone cameras, or like were the lights just projected onto? I don't know. Anyway, I love the performance. I love that he didn't placate the people. He got up there and really spoke to his people, which he's been doing. I loved it 100%. I thought it was a 10 out of 10. What do you guys think? Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and like the video if you're still here and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Fuck being rational.